My name's Kim, and we're a family of 4. This weekend, we decided to take a trip to my brother Leo's girlfriend, Luna's family cabin, way out in the countryside. Luna said there's a super popular fishing spot nearby where people catch rainbow trout, so we thought, why not give it a try? We arrived at the cabin just as the sun was setting. After a quick dinner, everyone was itching to head out for some night fishing. My dad, being the hardcore fisherman he is, brought along all his gear, lamps, rods, you name it. We packed up and drove down to the river. It was barely a 5-minute drive. The riverbank was eerily quiet. The only sounds were the occasional rustle of leaves and the steady flow of water. We set up our rods, casting them into the dark water. That's when I noticed thunder rumbling in the distance. Leo laughed, saying, "Looks like it's gonna rain. Fish love this weather." Sure enough, within minutes, rain started pouring down, turning from a drizzle to a full-on storm. Lightning lit up the sky, and thunder boomed so loud, I could feel it in my chest. I was soaked and freezing, so I turned to everyone and said, "Okay, I'm heading back to the cabin. Y'all have fun." Leo and Luna made fun of me for bailing, but I didn't care. I grabbed my umbrella and started walking back. When I got back to the cabin, I took a long, hot shower and changed into dry clothes. The sound of the rain pounding on the roof was oddly calming. I curled up on the couch with my phone, mindlessly scrolling through Instagram. The cabin was quiet, too quiet, but I figured the storm had just made everyone tired. About an hour later, I heard the front door creak open. Finally, I thought, but when I peeked around the corner, only Luna was standing there. She was completely drenched, her hair plastered to her face, and she didn't say a word. She just headed straight to her room, dragging a soggy canvas bag behind her. I figured she was just cold and in a rush to shower, so I didn't think much of it. A little while later, my brother Leo and my parents finally showed up. They were soaked to the bone too. I immediately asked, "Where have you guys been?" Luna came back ages ago. My dad's face turned pale. He looked at me dead serious and said, "Luna." Luna fell into the river. We couldn't save her. She drowned. I froze. No way. I literally just saw her. She's in her room right now. Leo's face went white as a sheet. He started shaking, his voice barely a whisper. I watched her get swept away. How could she be here? My heart was racing, and a chill ran down my spine. Ignoring them, I ran to Luna's room. When I opened the door, there she was, sitting on the edge of the bed, staring out the window, looking completely dazed. "Luna, are you okay? What happened out there?" She didn't answer at first. Then she broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. Between sobs, she choked out, Leo fell in. Your parents tried to save him, but the current, it took them all. They're gone." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. No, that's not possible. They're in the living room right now. Luna started trembling violently, whispering to herself, No, it can't be." I was freaking out. My mind couldn't make sense of anything. I grabbed Luna's arm and dragged her to the living room to prove her wrong. But when we got there, the whole place was pitch black. The lights were out and I couldn't see a thing. Suddenly Leo appeared, holding a flashlight. His face was twisted in confusion. "Luna, you can't be here. I saw you get swept away by the river." Luna's eyes widened in terror. You're not real. You drowned. I saw it." Tension filled the air. Something was seriously wrong. Then my dad and mom came down from upstairs, both looking grim. My dad's voice was low. "There's something out there, something messing with our minds." Just as he said that, the cabin plunged into complete darkness. Luna, looking panicked, said, "I'll go get the backup generator." She rushed out the door, disappearing into the night. My phone buzzed. It was Luna. I answered, and her voice on the other end was shaky and terrified. "Kim, it's the Shadowfiend. It's inside. Don't trust anyone who's out of your sight. They might not be real anymore." My blood ran cold. Suddenly, Leo reappeared with his flashlight. I backed away, terrified. "Who are you? Stay away from me." Leo looked shocked. "What the hell, Kim? I'm your brother." My mom stepped in. "Wait, the Shadowfiend can imitate people, but it can't copy their memories. Leo, what did you and Kim fight about last week?" Leo didn't hesitate. "He used my credit card to buy those stupid, expensive sneakers." Relief washed over me. It really was Leo. Just then, my dad walked in, holding a flashlight of his own. My mom, still on edge, asked him something only they would know, but my dad hesitated, fumbling for words. That's when I noticed it. The shape of his body in the darkness was starting to warp. He grew taller, his limbs elongating unnaturally, and his skin seemed to ripple. The Shadowfiend let out a deep, guttural growl before pouncing on my mom and Leo, tearing into them with razor-sharp claws. I screamed and bolted upstairs, slamming the door behind me. I locked it, trembling uncontrollably. The door shook violently as the creature pounded against it. I looked around for a way out, but realized something horrifying. The windows were gone, sealed up like they'd never been there. Just when I thought it was over, the door flew open, but instead of the Shadowfiend, I heard a struggle, followed by the sound of snarling and fighting. The noise eventually stopped. I cautiously opened my eyes and there stood Luna, or at least what was left of her spirit. "Kim, I'm sorry, I'm already dead. You shouldn't have come here. Please just go." With her final words, the cabin's power flickered back on. The room was lit, but it was trashed, completely wrecked. Luna's ghostly figure was gone, and the Shadowfiend was nowhere to be seen. I rushed downstairs, but the living room was empty. No bodies, no blood, nothing. It was like everything, everyone, had just vanished into thin air.